learn how to use the volatility to your advantage. Don't wait. Text the word money to 813-813 now.
Go to VantagePointSoftware.com for terms, conditions, and privacy policy.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
My son brought it over to me, and he said, Mom, I've tried a lot of stuff, but this, I'm telling you, it works. And I'm telling you, it really did make a difference. My attitude changed. My energy level really did peak. To me, it's a miracle. It really is. It's like I am so thankful for you guys. I really, really am. I've taken a lot of stuff through the years, and this is the only thing that has actually continued to do exactly what you claim it does.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Indeed believes less is more. That's why they have powerful tools to help you source, screen, and hire quality people faster. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit.
7:38 Team Hochberg traffic center time and Jim Telemonti.
In Hanover Park, traffic is very heavy on eastbound Lake Street, approaching Walnut due to single-lane construction. Then there is the inbound Kennedy. Slow going all the way in. It's an hour and 2 minutes from O'Hare to downtown, 44 minutes from Montrose, 26 in the express lanes, outbound 28 minutes downtown to the airport. Inbound Eisenhower, now 56 minutes, 390 to downtown, 41 from Wolf, outbound 30 minutes to 390. Northbound I-55 at Caton Farm, there's a crash on the right side. Then we see delays from 126 to Weber. It is now 355 to Lakeshore Drive, a 46-minute trip. Ryan, 20 minutes, 95th to downtown. Northbound Lakeshore Drive is heavy, 18th Drive to Roosevelt. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. AM 560 Weather Center forecast. Partly sunny, very warm, high 85 today. Partly cloudy and warm, 67 overnight. 60 degrees at O'Hare. Your next news update at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. When you've got questions, he always has an answer. It's Sean Hannity, this afternoon at 2 on AM 560, The Answer.
Yeah, we're Amy Jacobson here, sitting in for Dan Proft, Paul Vallis, and we're talking about, continuing our conversation about DuSable, because Mayor Lightfoot wants to spend $40 million on 3 statues of them, but we have a park and we have schools, right?
We have a school, we have a high school, and there's a lot of stuff. They have the DuSable Museum.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but if you get vaccinated in the United States, you can have free child care so that you could drop your kid off. President Biden said that yesterday, free child care. If you want to drop your kid off at a YMCA or certain daycare centers while you go get vaccinated and then come back and pick up your kid. Or you can get a beer, a shot and a beer.
Get a shot and have a beer. Free beer for everyone 21 years or over to celebrate the independence from the virus.
Oh, thank you.
So much for those young people getting vaccinated, huh?
Yes.
A free beer.
But here in Illinois, Governor Pritzker took it a little step further. He actually signed SB 104.
Oh, my God.
Senate Bill 104, which, one, extends cocktails to go for a few years, which is fine. But also, it's requiring restaurants to give a free drink to vaccinated patrons under this new law. It's not a suggestion.
It's a requirement.
It's the law.
This is a personal favorite of mine. In Illinois, soon you'll be able to get a beer and a shot, or a shot and a shot, whatever suits your palate.
And I put on Twitter yesterday that this began immediately. It runs through July 20th. So all you have to do is show your vaccination card to get the shot and the beer. But do restaurant owners? I mean, there's some cocktails out there that cost $30.
So first of all, we shut down the industry for the better part of a year. We did serious damage to, the service industry, working families, whatever. And so now we're going to tell the restaurants that, hey, you just got to. I mean, are they going to get reimbursed? Are they going to have to pony it up? Let's find out.
Let's ask the managing partner at Gene and Georgetti's, Michelle Dupretti. Good morning, Michelle, and thank you for coming on. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Good. So did you guys get any explanation, just real quickly, as a restaurant managing partner, about how this shot for the shot is going to work, and what exactly are you guys going to be offering?
No. Honestly, I was listening to you just now, and I was like, wait, it's the law? I thought it was like you could offer it. I didn't realize that it was. I honestly, I have to go do more reading. I've been a little behind schedule this week because we have some improvements going on at the restaurant. So I don't even really know what to say about it.
No, I know. I mean, honestly, they put, because it doesn't say in this press release who's going to be paying for it, but it says a collective effort by industry, the Illinois Liquor Control Commission, and members of the General Assembly. They offer 2 lines of support for small businesses, so they better be paying you.
I mean, what about where was the Illinois Restaurant Association in all this? Didn't they give you guys any heads up on?
No, I know they had some discussions about it, but I did not get any. They're pretty good about keeping us in the loop about everything, but on this particular issue, I have not heard a whole lot. So, but also to their defense, I've been a little bit busy trying to get some stuff going at the restaurant.
That's true, but you're not the only restaurant owner or managing partner that I know that was just blindsided by this.
Yeah, so it's a little, it's definitely interesting. So we'll have to figure that out. Just one more thing to add to the list these days.
I know, but every day there, just surviving the pandemic, every day there was something new. And every day there was a threat of something else. So how did you guys survive? Because your restaurant's been open for 80 plus years. And
we turned 80 this year. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations! But how did you do it? Because I was so worried. It's my favorite restaurant, by the way. Full disclosure, Gene and Georgetti's. Love the garbage salad. But how did you survive?
Honestly, I wish I could give you a super eloquent answer, but the reality is by the skin of our teeth. We tried to be as creative and as smart as we could and constantly evolve. We did things like, we opened up our windows and started doing a walk-up coffee window last summer. We tweaked the menu a little bit. We really tried to do everything we could to just stay open and stay alive. And we were really lucky. We have a great team. The management team and the team in general at the restaurant is awesome. And nobody, there was not one day that someone didn't show up willing to give 100% and fight. And that's what we did.
2 questions. Are you having trouble getting workers? Because obviously there's been a lot of businesses that have been complaining over the fact that they do have job openings, but there are individuals who are electing not to go back to work, obviously because they're receiving enough supplemental income from the federal government. So have you seen any evidence of that in your business?
I think throughout the industry here in Chicago, for sure, I know a lot of us are feeling that it's hard to find people to fill some of the holes that we have from people that have stepped away from the industry or pursued other careers or are still on unemployment because they do make more there, say, than the job they had prior. So it's definitely a challenge to try to fill some of those holes for sure.
But you've got waiters that have been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At Gene and Georgetti.
Yeah, we've got servers. We've got members of our team that have been with us 20, 30 years. So we're very fortunate. Many of them did stick with us the whole time, as I mentioned, and came back. Some did retire. Some of our team, too, also pursued careers in other areas because they just, hospitality it kind of came to the surface how difficult and challenging it is to be in the hospitality industry throughout the pandemic. So I think a lot of people changed directions because of that.
And not only did you have to deal with the pandemic, you had to deal with riots. So finally, when you were able to open a little bit last year, tell us what happened to your place.
Throughout the summer last year, we experienced 2 lootings. I think one was a year ago, just this last Sunday, and then another one was like 3 weeks after. It's a little bit of a blur, to be honest, because it all was happening all the time, and there were the ever-changing guidelines, and then you're boarding up or not boarding up. So it was definitely a really tough period to try to maintain any kind of stability. And I think that was one of the biggest challenges we had was just trying to keep on course. The looting definitely did not add to any sense of calm by any means.
Yeah, and I love what you and I spoke yesterday on the phone. You told me about how
Mm-hmm.
the manager, how they were outside protecting the property, and didn't they come
Mm-hmm.
in at 1 a.m. and stay till 4 a.m.?
They did. They did. They got the call. So my phone, I didn't get the call from the security company for whatever reason. My phone didn't work. Go figure. And so they did, and they showed up at 1 o'clock, and they stayed out there till about 4:30 in the morning. And I'm pretty sure that by being there that's the main reason we still have a restaurant.
Yeah, didn't they talk to the riders or just the lures?
Yes.
Like, hey, what did they say to them?
Basically just kind of tried to talk people out of coming in. This is our family, this is our business. Can you take it elsewhere? And people did.
Wow.
Do you feel safer, more comfortable now? I mean, do you think there's clearly there's been a pretty large. I mean, they turned downtown into the green zone. In fact, they just announced that they're going to, they put the cops back on
They took them from the
12-hour work
neighborhoods.
days. Right. They pulled 1,400 police officers from the district beats and had so many of them downtown.
They had squad cars sitting on different intersections downtown.
They call them scarecrow
Yeah.
patrols because they just sit there with the flashing lights. There's not a lot of proactive policing going on. Well, I mean, I look at the rules. You can't even pursue people now without
foot chase.
oh my God, the foot chases. But do you feel a little more comfortable with the security plan for downtown now?
That's such a good question and a tough question because I love this city. I live downtown. I live not far from the restaurant. I love the River North neighborhood, and I'm always an advocate for the city. I want people to come in and enjoy it and flourish in it, and there's so much to love about it. But there are, tough conversations and transparent conversations that need to be had with regards to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel safer? Yes. Do I hope that summer moves in the right direction and that the city continues to do all that it can to continue to keep the city moving in that right direction with regards to safety? Yes. But, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I watched Channel 5 the other day, and they had some surveillance video and it didn't happen during restaurant hours, but it happened. It was a shootout going down Franklin Street there.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, just the reckless disregard for human life.
Yes.
It's similar to what's going on in Miami, if you've seen some of those videos. People are driving down the street, shooting at each other in cars. It's like bang, 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 bang. It's crazy.
Well, look at the dramatic increases that we've seen on the interstates.
Oh yeah, the expressway shootings.
Yeah, the expressway shootings. So that's a scary thought. One more question: the federal? How much has the federal assistance? How important has that been? Is there a percentage in terms of the money that you've been able to get reimbursed or that you've been able to get in federal aid? I mean, how has it made up 30% of your losses, 40%? I mean,
20%.
20%. How important has been the federal aid, and will you be eligible for additional funding under the Biden COVID Relief Act?
So here's what I can tell you. Last summer, when we reopened and we were trying to sort of get our feet underneath us, we, instead of saying, okay, what are we operating at loss-wise, we flipped it a little bit and we said, okay, what are we recovering? We were recovering about 20% of what we normally make, which means we were operating at about an 8% loss.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so to answer your question, basically, any time that, PPP or any kind of federal aid was open to restaurants, it would go to help that loss, that large, and we were lucky 80% was not the highest number that, we had heard from other restaurants that were dealing with even larger losses.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that money then through Biden's recovery plan that goes to help, restaurants recover, there's a little more broader use for that money, it's not just payroll, rent and all of those things that were as specific as PPP. So that money has been very, very much appreciated, very well, put to use.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that we'll qualify for additional at this point, but we are very, very grateful for what we were able to get because it's a large part of what kept us going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job. I love the outdoor space that you've created. It looks like an Italian villa. It is adorable.
I grew up in the
Thank
restaurant business, and it is such a challenging business. It's such a marginal business. So I'm old enough to remember the great inflation during the 1970s. Oh my God, when the inflation rates were 12, 13, 14, 15%. It's not like you can go in and adjust your menus. Oh, was that?
No.
Well, we might have to be doing that here because
it's crazy now because meat prices are up.
Yes.
You know, there's lumber, all the supply and demand shortages. It's crazy.
So
it's
do you
a crazy
think
time to be in this industry.
Yeah. Do you think eventually you're going to have to raise some prices? I mean, there's no way you can't, right?
I mean, I think everybody throughout the industry, you have that conversation daily. And, you know, where can you afford to take a hit so customers aren't disconnected from you, where you have to adjust in order to stay afloat? You know, it's a conversation we have daily.
And now you got to
one
get
I don't
free drinks.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what that entails. I got to look into that when I get off the phone.
You know, I want to say three things, and I've posted on this, as you well know. I mean, if they're serious about downtown, they need to do three things. They need to reestablish the police presence that existed prior to Rahm Emanuel, because he gutted the downtown patrols. And if they restored those levels, they could have a permanent presence, and then they wouldn't be drawing hundreds and hundreds of officers from the local police beats. The second thing is they need to pass a nuisance ordinance so people know, even if Fox isn't prosecuting them, that they're going to be fined. They're going to be we're going to chase them like we chase the poor people on the south and west sides when they go through the speed camera. So, you know, we're just crucifying the poorest people, hitting them with fees and fines. Well, you start fining people when they trespass, fining people when they do damage. You can track them. You can haunt them financially. So they need to have a nuisance ordinance. And the third thing is the city needs to take some of that TIF money, and they should do a FEMA-type program, because when we were in New Orleans, businesses were able to apply for FEMA reimbursement for not only the damage being done, but also the income loss. So they need to do that, and just not for the downtown. They need to do it for the businesses that got savaged on the south side and the west side, too. Those three things that the city can do and the city can afford to do are the minimum things in addition to the additional funding and support that they're receiving from
and
the
that's
federal
another
government.
reason why Paul Vallis should be mayor of Chicago. All right. Thank you, Michelle Dupretti, managing partner at Gina Georgetti's. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Thank you. And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer.
Your show keeps me alive during the week. There's nobody I'd rather listen to between 5 and 9 in the morning than you guys.
On AM 560, The Answer.
For commercial and industrial roofing, Waukegan Roofing has been the gold standard for Chicagoland since 1914. They have you covered, literally. Nothing matters if your business roof isn't right. Contact them for an analysis.
Bruce Diedrich here from Waukegan Roofing. It's that time of year again. Waukegan Roofing has been installing and maintaining roofs you can rely on for all of Chicagoland. Our experienced team of service technicians is the right solution for your new or existing roofing system for years to come.
The average field employee has been with the company for over 10 years. Professionally trained Local 11 union roofers with OSHA safety certifications. What does that mean? They know what they're doing.
From early detection to preventative maintenance and repairs. Call Waukegan Roofing today at 877-ROOF-201. That's 877-ROOF-201. Or visit us online at waukeganroofing.com. Waukegan Roofing, installing roofs you can rely on since 1914.
Illinois licensee 104000761.
This is Hugh Hewitt for townhall.com. Nearly a half century after the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, the Supreme Court has agreed to take up a case that could finally undo the vast expansion of the judiciary's power. The Roe decision is